the day, it doesn't even matter where you go throughout the empire. Doesn't matter where you go across the planet. Folks are having the same thoughts. They are looking to be treated with dignity and respect. They're looking for honor. They're looking for gallantry. They're looking for valor. They're looking for humility. They want to see a situation where all these things, the principles of right, the principles that are just and well founded. These are what folks are looking for. Now, a lot of folks, it's true, give lip service to these. There's no argument there. There are a lot of folks that will say anything publicly. No argument. But the prevailing mindset of the folks is what I've mentioned. Now, some folks maybe can't articulate or elaborate on what I just said, but they will, what I just said will resonate within them, and they'll take the position, yeah, that's just what I was thinking the whole time. A lot of our folks are sitting in the holding pattern because they don't see any means of making all this actual. They are so programmed by parties interested in maintaining madness, but a lot of folks are like, they don't want to do this anymore, so they just freeze, they just stop. They're going through the motions of whatever they're dealing with in their lives, but they have had enough of the Eurocentric center of gravity. The Moorcentric center of gravity is returning back to this planet, and they're effectively waiting for this. Maybe they cannot articulate or elaborate on what I just said, but again, that will resonate within them because they will recognize what that is. They will know what that is, and they will have an appreciation for it. They will have a longing and a desire for it. But the issue right now is, it's just about surviving. And I get that. We have to really put things in place on a larger scale than they already are. And here's the thing. You know our folks are conceptual thinkers, and they gotta see your concept in physical manifestation. That's a given. What this will boil down to is folks having to make a determination on what they want to do. Give them the appropriate options. Step back and let them make their own individual choice. Now, what that means is our folks right now are saying to the Moors, I hear what you're saying on the religious and the spiritual issue. Where are the institutions sufficient for my family and me? This is what they're saying. Now, a lot of folks are short-sighted, and a lot of folks are not. There are some who approach us, and they will say that they respect what we do. But what we do, they're not ready for, or they say, no one's ready for that. They can't handle that. No, you choose not to, is what they're saying, in effect. They choose not to. They're not saying that what we do is not valid. They're not saying that what we do is not to the benefit of the many. What they're saying is, in effect, they are not prepared to make the hard choices. They are not prepared to be responsible. They're not prepared to engage in the critical thinking and implementation of the critical thoughts in the manner with which we do within the Amexem-Moor-Empire. And I can respect that, because these folks are being honest enough to say, listen, y'all too deep for me. I can't get down like that right now. But that's not going to keep. Folks are going to be forced into a situation over time when they're going to have to make a decision. Either you're going to maintain being a puppeteer, a puppet there in the Eurocentric center of gravity, or you're going to become a playmaker on your own terms, taking care of your aspirations inside of a collective that thinks, acts, and speaks as you do. That's where this is going. If you're saying that you are of the ilk that is humble but dignified, always firm, thinking, acting, and speaking with the 5 basic principles, along with equality and right, and along with the issue of not treating folks the way you don't want to be treated. Well, inculcate those into a social fabric along with a governing body operational underway, and you have the Amexem-Moor-Empire. And folks are going to have to make some choices. I'm not saying the Amexem-Moor-Empire is the only venue out there that fits this particular description. I don't know of any other personally that does. Doesn't mean it don't exist. And folks are going to have to make some determinations in their life on what is going to be ultimately the most important thing for them in terms of socioeconomic structure for their family to be involved in. Now, either you are someone that is going to have vision, or you're not. Now, these are folks who are affected, or what they're saying to you, not so many words, is you guys charge for nationality. That's not true. You cannot charge someone for what their birthright is, for what their nationality is. You can't do that. That's not how that works. Now, our regimen and our infrastructure maintenance and expansion does not happen out of fiat. It doesn't happen out of thin air. It takes finance, but finance by itself is not enough. You have to have folks well trained. So folks well trained, along with the finance, along with protocols and procedures and infrastructure operational underway in combination. That is how you move things forward, and that is the pinnacle of the Moorcentric-Center-Of-Gravity. So the Amexem-Moor-Empire currently is the microcosm of this, growing into the macrocosm of all this. With each new Amexem-Moor-Empire national that amalgamates into this venue, or is manifest onto its plane of existence in this jurisdiction, into this venue, we expand the abilities to say that we are moving from the microcosm into the macrocosm. And as more folks come within our sphere of influence, as we engage in trade with other houses of Moors, as we engage in other issues with other houses, other tribes of Moors, or whatever they refer to themselves as the original men and women on this planet. As we do these things, we are expanding the Moorcentric Center of Gravity. And as we continue to do that, and a man is humble but dignified, always firm, as we continue to do these things, we continue to provide our folks with viable options. They don't have to contend with being smashed down and beat down and used and abused by the Eurocentric Center of Gravity. And so folks have to decide at the end of the day what they really want to do and why they want to do it. And you can't make folks do that. They have to be ready to do that. There's no compulsion. And if you move to compel someone, they're going to rebel, and they're going to be angry with you, and there's going to be animosity, and you get nowhere. And that's not what this is about. And so folks have to collectively make a decision that's best for them. And when they do that, and the sooner they do this, the better off everybody's